You know what time it is, nigga.
Pump, sleep, go hard, I'ma grind all motherfucking day.
You know it's the finest, nigga.
Back chips, stack chips, I'ma none for my motherfucking pay.
You know what time it is, nigga.
Pump, sleep, go hard, I'ma grind all motherfucking day.
You know it's the finest, nigga.
Back chips, stack chips, I'ma none for my motherfucking pay.
Alright, you are now tuned in to the MoreDoper podcast. Those other podcasts are dope. This is MoreDoper, and I'm your host, Jizzix 100 Trillion. Yep, yes indeed, here we go again. So, I want to talk to y'all a little bit about division. You know what I'm saying? Division. All of us know a little something about division. We was taught division in school. We was taught division in organized sports. You know, we was taught division in so many different ways, to the point where we as a people are divided in so many different ways. Yep, there's so much division going on with us. And one of the divisions I'm just not understanding. I don't really much understand none of the division that we voluntarily go through on a day-to-day basis. But one of the divisions I just don't get is the age things. You know what I'm saying? It makes no sense to me. The young hating on the old hating on the young. Nobody's right in that situation. The old folks always, always criticizing the things that the young folks are doing, neglecting the fact that they were once young and they did things when they were younger that was much different than the older people that were old when they were young. There was always a change in the music, a change in the dress, a change in the way they talk, a change in the rebellion. You know, over the years, it seems like each generation, the youth is more rebellious than the last generation. And that's just a part of evolution as a people, as a person, as a human being. Your child is gonna, okay, let me give it to you like this. My great grandmother, like my great grandparents, had different values than my grandparents. My grandparents did a lot of things my great grandparents didn't agree with. They came up in a new day and era. There was new things out there, you know. So with the women, the dresses got a little shorter. Not much shorter, still below the knees, but it got shorter. And with the men, they were getting the boys was getting into things like gambling and running the streets, because those were things that were available now. That my grandparents was older, and my great grandparents, they didn't have a lot of the things that, they was sharecropping. They was on the farm day and night. They were doing, the things that the people of that time were doing. Well, my parents come along, and they were raised by rebellious parents, because they was rebellious compared to their parents, which were my great-grandparents. So my grandparents were rebellious compared to, my great-grandparents. And my parents were definitely more rebellious, because they came in a day and time where technology was starting to evolve. You got, newer automobiles that went faster. You got telephones and TVs, and you have have, my grandparents, they listened to the radio for their programs. I remember my granddad, he had a TV right there, but he liked to listen to sports on the radio, baseball games on the radio, because that was the field that he grew up in. That the feeling, not field. It was the feeling field that he grew up. So he was used to listening to his sports on the radio. So, but my parents didn't grow up in that age. They watched TV. They grew up where they could just reach out and talk to someone on the phone, you know. Then me and my generation come along, and along with those things, we have other things in place, technology, and it's a club on every corner. It's, just society is getting wilder and wilder, and so see, we look at it as if the individual people or person is rebellious, but society is getting more rebellious. For instance, look on TV. I'm talking local stations where kids can just, click on. You will hear things like damn and bitch and hoe, hell. You'll hear those words. You might even hear pussy, depending on how they use it, or dick, depending on how they use it. You'll hear things like that. But when I was a kid, you hear none of that. So older people, y'all need to realize we shouldn't point our finger at the youth. We should not point our finger at the youth because, for one, the youth is being led by. Y'all remember the term "it takes a village." The youth is being led by, I don't know, a broken village, or not at all. And I know you got things like parents that say, "Hey, don't say nothing to my child," or "Don't put your hands on my child," and if you come back and tell a parent what a child did, they might cuss you out. And so, hey man, we cannot blame the youth. The youth is doing what the youth does. They're being rebellious. We need that. We need rebellion because everybody knows this society ain't how the Most High intended it to be. Everybody knows that. However, it's supposed to be. This ain't it. So, rebel against this bullshit. I mean, shit. I'm with, and I can't say I'm with the youth because I am still a youth compared to a lot of people. And, and I hear, a lot of times we blaming the youth. We saying the music sucks from the youth. Man, do you know that the age I came up in, the golden age for me as far as music goes, was late 80s, early 90s, all the 90s. Do you know there's some people that came before me that said that music sucked, we don't know nothing about music, and now we saying the same thing about the children of today. Man, let people evolve, all right? So, older people. I mean, it's a lot more stuff that I can cover dealing with the older people hating on the youth. But I'm going to leave that right there. But the youth, and let me just talk to y'all for a minute. Because a lot of y'all, swear y'all know everything. And I've been there. I thought I knew it there. I thought I knew it all. In my 20s, boy, I thought I had life, like, all figured out. Then when I got in my 30s, I realized in my 20s, I ain't know shit. But in my 30s, I said, okay, now I got the bull by his horn. Now I know what this life thing is all about. Then I got in my 40s, and I realized I ain't know shit. I'm dead ass for real, bro. I'm alive as for real. I gotta watch my words. I'm alive as for real. I'm alive and for real. All right. Got in my 40s. Realized I ain't have nothing by the handles. I mean, the bull was kicking my ass straight the fuck up. I'm talking about running over me and throwing me up in the air with his horns. I ain't had a bull by a horn. So right now, at this day and time in my life, I realize that life is about the journey, and you never fully know anything. You never fully know anything. You're gonna always be learning. You're gonna be learning until the day you check out of here. So a lot of times the youth, you know, say, "Oh, these old heads don't know what they talking about," or a lot of times some of these older folks be trying to give y'all advice so you can, you know, get through life and the struggle without going through a lot of things that they had to go through or we had to go through. Because I'm still older than a lot of folks too that I communicate with, and if I see somebody doing wrong, I feel like, and I'm not saying wrong as in, I'm not just finna get in your business. If you out there robbing folks and shit, if I know you, I can give you a word of wisdom. If I don't know you, I can mind my business because it can get ugly. So, but just listen. If you out there, if I see you doing anything that's out the way, I'm gonna give you a heads up so maybe you can dodge some of the obstacles that I've come across in my day and time. Because I've come across a lot. Like I said, it's been a learning process for me. I'm talking from day one up until this very breath. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm always learning, and I'm always willing to teach. There's some people out there that y'all like to call OG. You know what I'm saying? And those people are sitting back watching you fall and claiming that's to help you and laughing about it. Then say you had to experience. No, you don't have to experience everything on your own. People have different experiences with shit. No, you don't have to go to prison to be a man. You don't have to go out there and rob and steal. Just, no. You have a choice. You can become a man just by handling your business, or a woman. All right. And you can't really talk down on the older people, man. That's where you are striving to be one day in your life, not in their situation, but at their age. You understand? And if you listen to reason from some of these older people, you might be able to be further in life when you get their age. Like if I tell you something, I want you to dodge some stuff that I tripped over. You understand? So that way, when you get to be the age that I'm right now, you're not you're further than I am. You understand? It's all about passing the baton. Nigga, I'm not trying to race you. I want to pass the baton to you because even if, we go through life as healthy as possible and you're younger than me and we, avoid all the dangers and traps and violence and all the bullshit, the chances of you being on this earth longer than me are better for you. So I want to give you some knowledge so that you possibly give it to the next person that's younger than you, so we can have a society in the future, have a thriving society, have a, what I'm saying, you know, a fighting chance at life. All right, and a lot of y'all be talking. A lot of y'all are in the streets, and you talk down on older people because you think they don't know the streets because you in them. Well, some of us have been in them. Some of us made them what they are today. Some of us were in them longer and stronger than you will ever be. And we know the ins and outs. And that's why we don't fuck with them no more. We don't fuck with the streets no more because we know that their life is temporary. I have several people that I was very near and dear to, and they were killed at an early age. Some in their teens, some in their 20s, 30s. You know, being that I grew up in that lifestyle, I can't say a year goes by without me hearing about somebody that I know or knew that was killed or died, but most of them were killed. And then I know so many people that's in the prison system. It's a damn shame. It's not. It's no rite of passage. It's no guarantee that you're going into the prison and coming out. It's no guarantee that you're gonna come out unscathed. It's no guarantee that your mind is gonna be good when you come out of there. You know what I'm saying? And you might end up worse off. And I mean, not just to you, to everybody around you. So, you know, you can avoid that shit. Don't sit and wait on your your turn. You know what I'm saying? I hear people saying, "Oh, prison is a rite of passage. It's the best thing for a young black male." No, the young black male needs to sit back and listen. The young black woman needs to sit back and listen. Listen to someone with some sense. Don't be, you know what I'm saying, listening to the old thought that's still thoughting and thinking you're going to get somewhere because you're going to get as far as she is. Don't be sitting back listening to the old bum that's still out there, you know what I'm saying, doing the old bullshit that we was doing in middle school and think you're going to get far. You're going to get as far as he got. Get you a mentor with some business about themselves. Some real business about themselves. You always get a mentor that's on. All right. Yeah, my phone, I don't know what just happened, but it froze up. But as I was saying, get you a mentor that's a higher level than you, or a level that you're trying to get to, or even higher, because you will only go as far as, you know, your teacher or your mentor. Or so if you got somebody that ain't went nowhere, ain't did nothing with their life, ain't trying to do nothing with their life, you pretty much don't have to do much to reach their pinnacle. You understand? Yeah, people do go up and fall off. You know, you don't. If you're gonna listen to a person that has fell off, listen to them to see where they went wrong, so that you can capitalize on their mistake. And if they're near and dear to you, you go ahead and lift them on up with you. You understand? But yeah, so yeah, man, the division, man, we have so many divisions. We have age, we got race, we got gender. What the fuck? How gender is a division? Anyway, y'all motherfuckers are strange out there. I'm talking, we have size of town that we live on, neighborhoods, color that we wear. It's just so many different divisions, man, and it's a shame, but that's the way of the world, I guess. Hey, I'm not saying it's right. It's totally wrong. But don't let age be something that's a factor in your life when it comes to division, man. Because if you hating on the youth, you hating on yourself, because you're not the oldest person on the planet. You the youth to somebody, and you used to be young, and you went through what they're going through dealing with older people. See, like I was about to say earlier, some older people will refer to them as OG. They don't deserve the title of OG unless you're just calling them an old guy. You understand? Because some of them just old guys that never learn. And some of them got some real game and knowledge and wisdom for you. Those are the ones that you should seek out. Seek them. They're not going to come to you unless they see a spark in you. And as far as you older people, hating on the youth. Oh, I just talked about that. The older people hating on the youth. And as far as you younger people hating on the older people, man, come on now. You should want to be older one day. You should want to be mature one day. You should want to come out of your childish ways one day. And you understand, it's real detrimental that our youth comes out of their childish ways in due time, because a lot of times we're just kids and then we have more kids. Your age don't mean nothing as far as maturity. You can be a 28-year-old kid. I was. You can be a 38-year-old kid. I was more mature at 38, but I still had a long way to go. You can be a 48-year-old kid. You can be a 58-year-old kid. You can be a 68-year-old kid. You have to grow mentally, spiritually, emotionally. All right. So, yeah, man, stop the division, man. Stop the division. And I got to get back to work. This has been another MoreDoper podcast. Remember, those other podcasts are dope, but this is MoreDoper. I'm your host, JV100 Trillion, and as always, to you and yours, peace and prosperity.
Go hard, I'ma grind all motherfucking day. You know
what time it is, nigga.
Backflip, stack chips, I'm on nothing but my motherfucking pay.
You know what time it is, nigga.
Don't sleep, go hard, I'ma grind all motherfucking day. You know
what time it is, nigga.
Backflip, stack chips, I'm on nothing but my motherfucking pay.
You know what time it is, nigga.
Don't sleep, go hard, I'ma grind all motherfucking day. You know what time it is, nigga. Backflip, stack chips, I'm on nothing but my motherfucking pay.
You know what time it is, nigga.
Don't sleep, go hard, I'ma grind all motherfucking day.
You know what time it is, nigga.
Backflip, stack chips, I'm on nothing but my motherfucking pay.
You know what time it is, nigga.